Contenders.
Hello and welcome. I am Youngdae Lee.
Hello, I'm Arirang.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am PJ Rogers and welcome to Contenders.
PJ, you look really excited today.
Well, you know what? You can't help but be excited today because today is decision day. Today is the day where we actually pick out of the original 8, now down to 3, and we will pick one to actually go to LG Household and Healthcare.
Viewers really want to know the winners today. How about you, Ali?
Oh, I'm really curious too. I have no idea who's going to be the winner this time.
Let's take a look at the recap from last week and their fantastic job. Please.
This is the 3rd episode. The remaining 4 contenders have overcome stiff competition. The 3rd challenge was to complete a mission.
And then, one more.
비욘드와 에코-프렌들리 스킨케어 프로덕트 테스트.
There were mishaps and missteps, but they had to complete their mission. All completed their missions, and now the hard judgment awaits.
Obviously, in that sense, others had more difficult mission, and you really had to shine.
What was your planning on advertising the brand?
Not much prepared. In order to sell or in order to promote, what do you have to do?
Who remains and who goes?
The first person
Is Kim Min-seok?
The second person is...
The second person who will go to the final round will be Yin.
And the last surviving contender is...
Our decision is... Bong-soo, congratulations.
These 3 are the last remaining contenders. Today, the final winner will be selected.
Wow. Really tense and exciting show last week.
You know what? As a company owner myself, I look at these individuals and I think, wow, I think I could take any or all of them to hire them. I think they are all very qualified.
Ellie, why don't we introduce the judges today, please?
Yes, we have the 3 judges who will help us today. First, we have Jeffrey Jones, the former president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Korea. Next is Mr. Lim Sung-ju, Sam Lim, the Vice President of Overseas Business Development of LG Household and Healthcare. And last but not least, Professor Song Se-ryun, who is the international lawyer and the law professor in Kyunghee University.
And we have also the employee of the LG Household and Healthcare today as both the audience and both the judge to vote for the winners today. Please welcome.
Judges, I'm very sure you have seen the contenders on TV, and how would you evaluate their abilities?
We are excited to be here along with all of you, and we're going to judge them on the basis of their creativity, their persuasiveness, and their ability to cause me to want to buy a product. Since they'll be in the marketing department, we're excited to see them.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's a great honor to be here today, and I think it's a great accomplishment for all these 3 contestants to make it here to the final round. And I'm quite anxious to see who will be the eventual winner. Thank you very much.
Indeed, it's going to be a tough job today, but considering it's a marketing opportunity, I think we'll be looking for creativity, leadership, problem solving, and the level of confidence in them so that we'll pick a clear winner today.
Oh, thank you for joining us today. And it's time to meet our heroes and heroine for today. Let's meet the top 3 contenders. Please welcome them.
Welcome back. You know what? We started with 8 of you. Now we are down to 3 of you. So big congratulations for making it this far. Yeon, I'll ask you first. Did you think, when we started this, did you think you'd be one of the final 3?
I was really hoped to, but oh yeah, I didn't expect because like everyone was really good, and I know that they tried all their best. But I'm really happy to be here.
Well, congratulations. And Min-suk, now that you're here, what do you think?
Well, I really want to say that I knew it, but I know that I shouldn't do that. I'm really thankful about so many people that are helping me to stand in this seat. And even though some of them are not sitting here, but we will still keep in touch, and we'll make a really good relationships.
And Bong-soo,
Yes,
there was ups and downs in our program,
there are a lot.
and you successfully overcame the odds. What was the hardest time for you?
Well, I think doing the mission was really difficult for me. I think, going through and selling the product as an ox was a challenge for me where I came from, and the competition was really stiff, so I had to do my best. I'm so grateful to be here, really, and I'm going to try to do my best today.
Okay, today is the last episode for Contenders. Let's get started. First round is the special marketing mission. Could you tell us briefly, please?
Sure. We have our first challenge coming up right now, and the first challenge will be the naming of the new toothpaste and having the advertising slogan.
Let me give you a brief explanation of this product. This toothpaste is made with Korean traditional medical ingredients as stated in the Dongi Bogam, such as Amur cork tree bark, Nepta herb, Chinese balloon flower root, bamboo salt, and 6-year-old red ginseng. These ingredients are effective in treating periodontal disease, cavities, plaque, and bad breath with the scent of red ginseng. Now, each of these contenders were given about an hour to come up with a name for this product and an advertising slogan. So, shall we see what they came up with?
Okay, let's hear from Min-suk first.
Okay, I will talk about my idea about this toothpaste. The name of the toothpaste is Huang Hu Hua in Chinese writing, and also the slogan is the breath of the emperor. Especially for the characteristics of the great ingredients, I found out that those 5 ingredients are mainly talking about the antibacterial and detoxifying and about decrease the bad breath. So, and also the target market, I found out that I was thinking about the growing Chinese market, also not only the mainland, but also for the Huayi people. And third one, I was thinking about the positive market brand for the history of Hu. So I was thinking about that. That's the reason that I made just Huang Hu Hua. And the meaning of the Huang Hu Hua is mainly 2 reasons. The first reason is that becoming an emperor or empress, like Huang means the emperor, and Huang Hu means empress. And the second reason is that the sound like Huang Hu Hua, like if we try to ask the others, do I have a bad breath? We normally say like or Hua. So from that point, I try to find out using the H sounds to make that reasonable. Thank you.
Min-suk, I think your rationale for for the naming of your toothpaste is pretty sound, but at least in regards to the English translation of the Chinese characters, as long as the breath of the emperor is good, I think it could work. But normally when I think of an emperor's breath, I don't have the expectation that it's going to be very pleasant. So I wonder if you had any comments in regards to sort of, I guess, the image of bad breath smell from the emperor in regards to your title.
Normally in the late Joseon dynasty, I assume that the ginseng is only possible for emperor and those who eat really good food and also maybe have a less bad breath than other just ordinary people. And the second reason is that I was thinking about the luxurious and prestige, and also the heritage of image of the emperor. It was my assumption that the emperor always have a really good food, and they may have a less bad breath.
It sounds very interesting, Min-seok. Help us visualize what the marketing campaign might be. Let's say if you're doing a TV commercial out of this, who would you use as a spokesperson or a model with this, and what kind of image do you want to project?
I select the target market especially for Chinese market. So I will going to use a really famous actor who is probably more than 40 to 50 age, a male, and also really well known in the Chinese cultures. Probably it's going to be the actor who played really a calm and matured characteristic in the Korean drama.
Is Jackie Chan a good spokesperson, do you think?
Well, I would rather not to choose the Jackie Chan because he's really good guy and he's quite old with the same age. But I think that he's less powerful for the image of the emperor.
All right, thank you. Let's hear from Yeun.
Okay, my product name is Oriental, and it's quite simple. You can see it's like Oriental plus dental, so it's easy to remember. Because like when we naming the product, I thought like it should be kind of simple and easy to pronounce and make customers to purchase simply. And I was thinking about our target market and all the marketing stuff. So I write down my copyright as bright Oriental beauty Oriental, because like when you have like healthy teeth, and when you are having like white teeth, you can like smile very brightly, and in like when, especially for the women, like we eager to have like bright teeth, so we can like smile very widely. And I think like so I was like more thinking about like targeting like women, because like in every house, like mostly woman is going out for this kind of like shopping to buy the shampoo and all the like toothpaste and stuff. And males also do the shops, but mostly they use the toothpaste, which is just at home, not like what they. So I think that woman has more purchasing power. So I was like, we're trying to deliver the image of the bright and health, like beauty for the women. So, okay. Yep, I'm a little bit nervous. Sorry for this.
What would be your key like sort of like differentiation characteristics would you try to promote to make your toothpaste stick out from the others?
When we considering about the toothpaste, their functioning is very important. But like we already know that when you brush your teeth, it will make your teeth healthier, and it will like eliminate the cavity. So I was like trying more to focus on the image instead of the functioning itself. That's why I was trying to show the like connecting the beauty with this product. So, and also with using the name Oriental, I know there's like kind of many products which already has like dent related name, but it sounds like more Oriental, so you can feel like some beauty of the Oriental.
You also mentioned that the product is directed to women as opposed to men. Men could probably use it, but your marketing campaign would be directed to women. I'm curious if you've done any research about whether men or women have more periodontal disease.
Actually, I didn't like the research for which group has more like the dental disease. Just I was more thinking about like that the woman were gonna purchase it. They has a more decision power when they buy the toothpaste. So I was like more thinking about the purchasing power instead of the rate of the disease occurs.
Okay, very good job. Thank you for your presentation, Yeun. And finally, the last turn goes to the Bong-soo. I guess you are ready?
Yes.
Okay, please.
My product's name is Mi Hong. Basically, the Mi I got it from the Korean mibaek, which is whitening, and also the Chinese character mi, which means beautiful. And the ingredients that I put in this product, I wanted to heighten the hongsam, the ginseng, the red ginseng, because of its very efficient use and can prevent periodontal disease and other illnesses with your teeth. And so I would like to target the market to people who want white teeth in order to be successful in their lives. Basically, people who are trying to get a job, 20 and above, male and female, trying to get a job or trying to look impressive in front of people who are trying to listen to you so you can speak more effectively and have better people relations, because if you don't have white teeth, then you wouldn't be able to communicate and you wouldn't be able to be confident in yourself. So I think with the hongsam ingredient, you can be able to further increase your productivity level. Thank you.
I'm not sure if the hongsam is more effective in whitening teeth, or is that not your angle? I mean, make a connection in campaigns or strategies between either hongsam or the ingredients that you focus on and the success, the image of success you want to project.
Okay, hongsam has been one of the very known ingredients that's used. That's why I try to heighten the amount used, and people can relate to it better. So that's why I chose hongsam and its roots. And hongsam doesn't only make you have whitening teeth, but it also increases your circulation, also helps your immune system. Also, there's a lot of, it also makes you overall a healthier person. So you can be more, you can have more confidence in that sense, and thus become successful.
Bongsu, would you buy your toothpaste?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Actually, because I need it right now. Actually, I don't really have that much. I don't really have white teeth, so I was thinking, if I had this toothpaste with me right now, it would be very helpful because I'd be able to speak clearly and smile to you more often. So I think I really need it right now.
Thank you.
All right. All the products were very creative. PJ, what do you think?
You know, they were. It's tough in the limited time and without having the opportunity to do a lot of research to go in and figure things out and test the market out and what have you. What a challenge to come up with these names. So I appreciate the names, all of them.
Okay, this is the end of the first round. The scores will be added for final evaluation for selection. So let's get to the next round, please. The second round will test the ability to respond to some dilemma situation. It is really important since it includes the procedure of elimination.
That's right. After the second round, the 3 judges and the employees of LG Household and Healthcare will evaluate the skills of the contenders. And the person with the lowest score will be eliminated.
Great. Contenders, there are 3 numbers that you'll pick from 1, 2, and 3. And depending on the number will depend on the situation you're given. We'll start with Bongsu. What number would you choose?
I would pick number 1.
Okay. Bongsu will pick number 1. Yeun?
I'll choose number 2.
Yeun will pick number 2, and you get the number 3.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, Bongsu, you chose number 1.
Yes.
The first situation is family versus promotion. This is your situation. To celebrate your parents' 60th birthday, your parents and your extended family of 20 are planning a trip abroad. You are in charge of this trip and already paid 20 million won for reservations. But your boss asked you to do a presentation on the day of the trip, which will guarantee a promotion. What would you do?
I would pick family. I'd definitely pick my family because I believe that in a society, you start with your family. That's your first organization. There's no company before family. It comes family and then company. So I believe that I would, of course, not reject my boss's offer just like, oh, I can't do this. I would have to explain to him very, very well that I already invested this amount and that I am making a choice that, so I think my family.
Bong-Soo, think of it this way. Think of it if you put off the trip, say we'll put it off for a month, for example, you could make up that money that you would have lost. And you would end up making more money to be able to take more trips like this in the future?
That's a very good question, actually. Actually, I have to say that's a very good question. But I would say that I'm the type of person who, if I already planned and spent 20 million won on something for my family and already am the organizer of that event, I do not think that I would have to delay that for another reason. I think that, like what you said, if you get promoted and you can make more money, I don't think that's a very good idea of thinking because you can't buy money with your family. You can't do that. That's not the.
Well, we're not talking about selling your family. We're not talking about we don't love my family anymore.
But I can't equate that amount of money for the time I spent with my family at that day. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What if your boss said, you know what, we'll give you a 30 million won bonus.
30 million won.
30 million won bonus
that
you
sounds
get
pretty good.
For taking this.
30 million won bonus?
Yeah. And
30 million?
30 million won. So it's a 10 million above what you paid for your trip. But you're going to have to say, Mom and Dad, yeah, you're important, but my company's a little bit more important, so I'm going to do this. But looking long term, isn't that a better decision?
No, but that's my parents' 60th birthday, and I think I'm not sure because I'm 24 right now, and my parents turned 60, I'd probably be 30 plus or 40. So at that time, I don't. I think I can do that to my parents because that's their really big event in Korea. If you haven't noticed, the 60th birthday is a very big event, and it's actually my boss would probably be invited to that party. So
giving up the long-term opportunities, you would take the short-term time with your family.
Yes, I would take that. I would take the time with my family. Yes.
Can you find a way to satisfy both parties?
Of course.
Your work and your family. What would you do?
I'd probably use the internet. By that time, I think the internet would be very useful, and I could make a presentation, look presentable, bring my suit and my material, so I could give a presentation online through the use of that way. And that's what I do. Thank you.
Bong-Soo, let me give you a hint. The question was, you had to give a presentation on the day of your departure abroad with 20 other members of your family. I think what you would probably really do is send them, and you come a day late. Wouldn't that solve your problem?
Yeah, that would actually solve my problem, but.
Yeah, so I think what Professor is asking you to do is find a solution. The internet's probably going to work, but people like face-to-face meetings more than the internet. So I think I would suggest what you do is you go a day late to your trip abroad with your let them go.
Okay.
Don't let them suffer because of you. And they'll appreciate the fact that you stay behind and go late to the party and do your work.
That sounds very reasonable, and I think that is what you would do. But, the thing is, with my parents have...
We don't question your dedication to your parents. That's
okay.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
But I think what we're saying is in the real world, when you get into that world, you find that you'll have to do compromises from time to time. Stick to your principles. That's good. But find a way to compromise in a solution so you can satisfy everybody.
Okay.
Very good job, Bong-Soo. And the next turn is Yeun. You chose number 2. Listen to me, please. You are under a lot of stress working with an incompetent boss. someone offers you the same position with the same benefits at a different company. What would you do?
Well, firstly, I'm going to try to talk with my boss personally to kind of figure out the solution. So like not in very official way, but just like meeting in some like in pubs or bars so that like I can talk more frankly to my boss so that like make him understand me and so that we can sharing about like what we think and why we are like having troubles. So firstly, I'll try that first. And then like if he's kind of, the boss is understanding me a little bit, then I'll try to explain about like how can we solve this problem. And if he's not listening to me at all, then I have to think about all the pros and cons and then move the job.
Let me change one variable in this question. The new job offer that you got is one of from a good friend set you up with this offer and went really over the top to get you this offer because he knew that you were in a bad position with your current job. Would your answer be the same?
Yeah, firstly, I'll definitely try to talk with my boss first, even though it's like offered from my friends, because I want to solve this problem here first. I don't want to just escape from the situation, so I will just do the same.
What if there was a 20% increase in pay in the new job?
Well, I don't. Of course, the payment is important, but more than that, I think it's important to consider about like what kind of company is it, and do they have vision, and like do they will like make me more grow up? I will rather consider about that options first.
What if it was a 10-minute commute?
Yeah, it's commute is not much because like I can just wake up earlier. So.
Wow. Okay.
Let me get back to the original intent. I think was the if the boss is incompetent in your assessment, then you're possibly looking at a very long-term black cloud over your head. Now, I'll allow you to get back to your first answer. It depends. Okay. What does that depend? Take us through your thought process. You really have to make a decision. It seems like PJ is laying you a very good alternative in other position.
I think there is another option in the company inside. One could be I was going to ask to the HR manager about to move me to another department, which I can learn another stuff, so that I can work with another boss. Because like I know that like it's good to be one expert in the one department, but it's also really nice to learn many other departments about several jobs in company. So if he's really incompetent and it's kind of not about the communication problem, then I can ask to move me to another department, and yeah, I think I'll do that. But before that, I'll try first to kind of present him about like what our department, our team has to be fixed in order to be the good team. So I'll first try to let him know that what we have to kind of improve in order to be the good workers.
Just to follow up, it seems like you put a lot of value in staying in a company and trying to solve the problem. Why is it important for you to stay in one place, if possible?
Because in my personal value, that I think that to stay was like when like for example, like friends, to be stay was like, especially for the person, to be stay with them longer, and it's make me feel more like I'm a how can I say, like good person. So I kind of have loyalty to many things. So I think it's really good because it's about working, but it's also about like people. So I want to be having a deep and good relationship with them. So that's why I was trying to more as far as possible to keep in the one company. But as I said, if it's good for my career, future career, and it will grow me up, then I will move anyway. So it's not just about the loyalty.
If it's a question between being sort of a risk taker, like high return, high risk, you know, like say like investment banking where the compensation is very high, versus like a manufacturing company where it's a little bit more stable, which type do you consider yourself?
I think regarding some like work, I always try to do the new things. and trying to challenge. So that's why one of the reasons I'm here now. So I'm kind of risk taker, but it depends on what kind of risk I have to take. So I'm not just thinking about like when it comes to money or when it comes to some, I don't know, like some values that like when people like think important, just like money stuff. I'm not taking a risk taker for like investing my money to earn more, but when it's kind of value which I kind of think important, I think I'm a risk taker for that.
All right, that was a smart answer. Now we have Min-seok, and you chose number 3.
That's right.
Here's the situation. You have to choose between success and justice. You're on your way to the airport to make a deal with a buyer and you're running late. While you're driving, you witness a big accident at a very quiet street and they ask you for help. There is no access to call 119 or 911. And if you help these people, you're going to miss your plane. What would you do?
I would assume that I do not have any medical information or ability to help them. Then I would choose the success. First, there are several reasons about that decisions. I would rather present about 3 reasons to that decisions. First of all, I do not have a medical license, so it would not helpful if I help them. Secondly, it would even make the situation worse, because if I try to help them, maybe I may kill him or even make him worse. The third point is about my honor. You know, as she mentioned before, I already have an appointment with a client. It's all about my duty and responsibility. It's not about by myself, but probably also related to the company. So it's not my private appointments, so I have more duty about that situations. So I would choose the success than justice.
If I can interpret your words, that you come on this accident and it's on a quiet street, so there's no one else coming along. You're the help. And you're gonna say, you know, I don't have a medical degree, you know, y'all are just gonna have to figure it out. I got a meeting to get to. That's what you're saying?
I would not saying that, I'm so sorry, but I have a meeting, so I have to leave now. But
so you're just not gonna say that, you're just gonna say, and leave.
Probably I can spend like 1 minute or 2 minutes.
So you're going to pat him on the back and say, okay, hey, I'm sorry you're bleeding out of your nose. Okay, bye.
If I have a really limited amount of time, I would just drag them to outside of the door and then put them back and put some red sign from my car, like there is some kind of accident, that a red triangle, and put it there, and I would leave.
If you help them at all, you're going to be late.
Oh.
So if you help them at all, you will miss your flight. So are you going to not help them? Or are you going to make your flight, or are you going to help them?
In that extreme case, I would go to the airport.
And it's your cousin. What if it's your cousin? Still go to the airport?
Okay, if he or she is my cousin, first of all, I would go to the airport. And while going to the airport, I try to make a phone call to the clients. If he try to understand that situation, probably he would understand the situation, because normally people do not say, no, my appointment is much more important than the life of your cousin.
What if he said, no, we need you here? Then you're going to still let your cousin, what are you going to do?
Well, it's really, I think that kind of possibility is really low, but even though it's really low, if that things happen, I would go to the airport.
Wow. What if it's your mom? Your mom and dad.
Oh, no.
I can tell you one thing about Min-seok. He is a dedicated employee.
What if it was the CEO or your boss in the accident?
Well, okay, if the CEO, I would choose the justice. It's not because I want to show a better way to my CEO, But I think that if the CEO is, he has the power about that appointment with the clients. He would not judge me or punish me because of being late because I saved him first. In the first case, I just choose the success because I thought that it's not about my power that I'm the one who have a power in the situations. But in the second case, in CEO case, I would choose the CEO because he's the one who have a power about that situation and also for the appointment with a client.
I guess one final point, comment is I can't imagine that there would be any customer that would not be able to understand a really dramatic situation like that. And if it's a customer or a client that can't understand that, then I don't know if that's probably the customer or client that your company would want to work for. So yeah, I think for a situation like that, I don't think there's any customer in the world or client that would not understand you missing that flight.
The question is really more about your value system. And success versus justice may not be the correct terminology, but you're asked to do a humanitarian thing to help people, but you said you would disregard that. And I'm curious as to why you would make that value judgment, why you feel your business is more important than doing something humanitarian.
Okay. I think that the business stuff is not only about my personal stuff. It's probably also related to the whole member of the company. And if that situation is really urgent, and if I just miss that appointment, the harmless of that situation is not only affect to myself, but it will also affect the whole companies and the whole members of the group. So that's why I choose not about the business versus the humanity, but I would choose the duty and honor of myself versus the humanity.
You are a marketing specialist, and you have to remember that marketing is about image and concepts, and what you're saying is profit and business is more important than the human race. Is that what you're telling me?
No. Okay. Well, I just say that it's not the business and profit, but the honor and the responsibility to others. And duty is a bit more important than humanity. Is that enough answer for your questions?
I don't like the answer, but it's an answer.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, judges and the three contenders. That was the end of second round. Now the judges will add up the scores from the first two rounds.
I think we have the scores. Min-seok chose the logical consistency instead of playing the Samaritans. Yeun shows her loyalty of her workplace, and Bong-soo reveals the family dedication. Who will be eliminated?
Okay, it's about time to check the scores. Show us Min-seok's score, please.
59.
Now, Yeun's score, please.
86 out of a possible 100.
Wow, that's a very high score.
Okay, since Yeun got 86 points, if Bong-soo got above 86 points, the Min-seok will be eliminated. And Bong-soo, how do you feel right now?
Well, I feel really nervous. I mean, being up here with very fantastic judges and people from LG Household and Healthcare. They're really great people. And I think that I learned a lot from myself, and well, we'll just have to see the scores, find out.
Okay, so reveal the Bongsu score, please. So, Yeun and Bongsu will move on the final round. Congratulations.
You know, Min-suk, I have to say, we started this competition out. You were one of the brightest and the smartest. Tartanoff, you did extremely well. I think it all came down to this last, these 2 rounds. But I want to wish you the best, and you did great. But I'd love to hear your departing comments.
Well, thank you so much about give the opportunity to stand in these positions. And maybe I should show some more humanity to show that I'm not that cold person to the others. But still, the result is result, and I will give a clap to the final winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Min-suk. You have done a great job. Thank you for joining our show. Now, we'll move on to the final round of LG Household and Healthcare, and stay with us.
This is a stage for the final ticket to become an employee for LG Household and Healthcare. Here are 2 surviving contenders.
Both of you have done so well in all the challenges you faced, but I'm very sure you're going to be really nervous right now. Yeun, how do you feel?
Now, to be here reminds me many stuff, like from the beginning to now, like I have so many people to think about, so like I have a lot of thoughts, but I have to concentrate now so that like I can do my best.
And how about you, Bongsu?
Well, I think it has been a long journey for me. From being in the top 8, I've always just got in the next round and just tried to do my best and show my passion. I think that's what got me here, so I'm very proud of that.
Okay. After the final round, only one of you will become the official employee of LG Household and Healthcare. But before that, we'll have an in-depth interview with the judges.
Okay, my first question is to Yeun. I think you've clearly demonstrated you're an overachiever. Why don't you comment on some of what you think is your weaknesses?
I think one of my weaknesses is that sometimes, like when I concentrate in one thing, I was like concentrate too much on it. So sometimes, like I forget about not forget about, but my family or like my friends sometimes. So that like until I've done all my project which I have to do, like I kind of not contact to my friends or kind of caring about like people around me sometimes. So yeah, so some of my friends like kind of upset at me when I'm too concentrated on something. So it's kind of one of my weakness.
Okay, thank you. And my second question for Bongsu. I think LG H&H were most similar to probably to Procter & Gamble in regards to our like product portfolio and company. If you were to get an offer from LG H&H and also Procter & Gamble Korea, which one would you take? If they were like on equal package, which one would you take and why?
Well, I would take LG Household Healthcare because firstly, I'm on the show and I've got to know LG and Household Healthcare products better than Procter & Gamble products. So I think I'd have an edge if I worked here. And secondly, I think that working for LG means a lot to me because, as you guys know, LG is one of the biggest corporations in Korea, and I think being a Korean, I'd like to contribute to that overall aspect, aside from working in Procter & Gamble.
Yeun, if you were a judge right now, instead of a contestant, who would you choose to be your employee among the two of you, Bongsu or you?
Well, that's a tough question. And Actually, like now being here, like I really think that both of us dissolved for the finalists. So I'm not just think that I'll be the one. I'm the only one who is fit for the position. But yeah, I will choose me because like it's households and healthcare products. So they need some. And in order to do the marketing, all the stuff in the company, it's in some way it's better to have some sense of like interest in arts and some kind of having power to more approach to the like female customers because there are a lot of cosmetic brands. So and I'm the one of the target market of most of the brands, so I can be more like understanding about the company and products.
That's the fastest decision we've seen you make. That's fantastic.
I'm that eager to be in the company.
No, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, and you, if you are chosen to be the employee, you'll be in the marketing department and potentially involved in international marketing. What special qualifications do you have that could help LG become more of an international brand with their household and healthcare products?
First of all, I was growing up in Korea, and I was living here for 24 years, but I kind of went to the exchange student, and I'm really interested in the culture, so I had traveled a lot for the foreign countries, and one of my strengths part is that I'm good at like accept the new cultures and being part of them. So if I go, if I'm working in the foreign markets, I would trying to understand more about the customers, so that kind of what they want to know and what is their cultural specifics different from Korea, so that can more trying to deliver their value from the company.
봉수한테 질문할게요.
예.
LG's products are primarily bought by women.
Okay.
How can you as a man help them market?
Honestly, I would ask a lot of women their opinions and try to get data and interview and really try to understand what my superior is expecting from me. Try to listen really closely, because in the workplace, I think you really have to be able to work as a team and really respect your superior and try to get as much as information from them so that you can succeed in your career. So I think it's very important to be attentive in listening and building that trust. So I think I would firstly, if you guys give me the opportunity, I would listen to my 선배들, and I would try to get information from them.
Pongsu, there's a big national debate in Korea. You know what it is. It's jjajangmyeon or jampong, right? And jjajangmyeon being the brown sauce of a noodle, and jampong being a noodle in a very spicy broth. First of all, what's your choice?
Wow, that's one of the toughest questions I've received in this Contenders. My personal choice would be jjajangmyeon. I've always ordered jjajangmyeon every time.
Good. Make an argument so that you'll convince us that jjajangmyeon is better than jampong.
Well, first of all, jjajangmyeon is sweet. It's not, unlike jampong, jjajangmyeon is very, very edible, and it's very easy to swallow, and it's very tasty. Jampong, on the other hand, is very, it makes you, your senses kind of like, touches on your senses. So if you want to have, if you don't want that kind of sense, then you should pick jjajangmyeon. And furthermore, I think that jjajangmyeon just tastes much better than jampong in terms of its ingredients too, because if you didn't like all those seafood and stuff like that, then I think you should pick jjajangmyeon. Yes.
All right. Now the interviews are over. The two surviving contenders has done a great job. And please give them a big hand, please.
I really admire your perseverance, and it's a time for evaluation from the judges. So let me give some time for deliberation, please. So we have the result. It's like a drama without scenario. And how do you feel at this moment, Bong-soo?
Wow, I feel a lot of emotions coming inside me. I mean, there are a lot of things I'm thinking about right now. Family, everyone who supported me all throughout this show. I'm so thankful that I've got people my back, my right, my left. I just want to get to know what the results are.
Good luck to you, Bong-soo. And how about you, Yeun?
Yeah, a lot of emotions now as well. And I also thanks for many people around here and also for my family and especially for my part doing the third round mission. There's many of my friends who helped me. I really didn't kind of express here. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking about all of them and I'm really happy to be last two with them and seriously I think, it's so good.
Good luck to you, Yeun, as well.
Thank you.
So it's the time for announce of the final winner. Who will be the final winner for employee of the LG Household and Healthcare? Please announce the final verdict, please.
Let me just say that both of you are extremely well qualified. You're well spoken. I think you're extremely sincere in your answers, and for a fact, both of you would be very, very successful in our company. But unfortunately, there's only going to be we can only take one, right? So I think there were a lot of both of you demonstrated so many positive. So your selling skills and in your mission, I think clearly showed your aggressiveness. I think your positiveness, but.
Who will win the final crown of employment?
Our conclusion unanimously was Yeon was a little bit more well-rounded as a marketeer, so we've decided to go with Yeon.
Congratulations.
Wow. Yeon, I have to say, at the beginning of our contenders, with the questions, Yeon was at the bottom. She started literally at the very bottom of this show, and you rose to the top. I would love to hear your thoughts now that you know that you are the top.
Yeah. Really appreciate for all of you here, and I'm really look forward to work in the company. And they are all my 선배님 there now. And and most of all, I'm really happy to have 8 good my friends here. And the experience here itself was challenging and very good one, but now finally I get the job as well, and I think there's nothing I wanted more.
Well, something I will, you know this I'm sure, but in Korea, one of the fun things of a saying in Korean that you say to your senior out here is 잘 부탁합니다.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. 잘 부탁드립니다.
So, Bong-soo, could you say a few words for the viewers and your supporters?
I got so close. I was almost there, this much, but I guess I gotta make it. But I think I proved a point coming from the Philippines. Maybe when the time's right, I think I'm on my way to success. So I think I've learned a lot from this show. It was amazing, was fantastic. It was thrilling, and I guess you guys made the right decision. So I'm proud of my friend here. I want to congratulate her from the bottom of my heart. Really did well, and I'm sure she's going to contribute to LG in a different way because she beat me. So, but I'll expect good things. Thank you.
Okay. So the long journey is about to over now with the LG Household and Healthcare. We select a new promising crew, Yeun, and good luck to you and other contenders. And thank you for the audience and the judges. A big applause, please.
Next week, Hanguk GM and the 8 new contenders will join our show. Thank you for joining us and see you next week. Goodbye.
And it's really fun, and the whole process was really helpful for myself. Thank you so much.
I'm really happy for Yeun for winning the competition. She was really good. She deserves it. And I'm just going to continue to be successful. You know, LG is not the only company for me. LG.
Finally, I'm entering into the company, and I think it's just beginning of another part. So I'll do my best in the company as well, and always keep in mind that challenging the new things. Thanks for everything, for raising me up like this, the way I am. So see you and home.
Contenders next project. Find a new employee for Hanguk GM. Only one of the 8 contenders will win the crown. Don't miss out on Contenders with Hanguk GM next week.